अहम मनुष्यो न च देवयक्षः न ब्रह्मचारी गृही वनस्थः न ब्राह्मणः क्षत्रियो वैश्यशूद्रः अहम सद्गुरुं सत्यबोधकः अहम सद्गुरुं जनसेवकः. I am not a human or a god or a demigod. I am not a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. I belong to no caste. I belong to no stage of life, be it brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha or sannyasi. I am simply a guide, a teacher of truth. I am simply a guide, a servant of the society. I chose this day to speak to all the devotees and followers, all the well-wishers, students, staff, and everyone else who is related to this mission in some way or the other. Because only on a New Year day I can get everybody's attention. New Year, the calendar New Year, it's a moment in time which helps us to look at our past, to understand our present, and to plan for the future. It's a very beautiful moment in time, a New Year moment. Not those moments are there every day, but we don't give it the needed attention, the needed respect, the needed seriousness. But the New Year moment is like that. We think of what we were, we think of what we are, and we also think of what we want to be. All that is encapsulated in this New Year moment. So this was the best moment to speak to all of you, is how I felt. So I thought I would begin with defining who I am. I'm simply a teacher to teach the truth. I'm simply a guide to guide on the path of service. No more and no less. And this is what I have been tasked with. This is what is my lot in this lifespan. This is what is my purpose and my destiny. And therefore I must fulfill it, come what may. Today I speak to you as Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Ten years ago, a call came from within to do more than just earn a livelihood, to make life comfortable for myself and the family. And this call was not from outside, this call was from within. And this yearning needed guidance, needed support, needed mentorship, needed a guru. And because there was this yearning to do good, it automatically found its way to the guru. The guru was waiting. Till then, Satya Sai Baba or our Swami, our Bhagwan, was a mother, a father, a friend, a confidant. But then he assumed the role of a guru who led the path. It was easy for me to walk because you have to simply follow. Just like children walk behind their parents without even knowing which road they are walking on, without even knowing where they are going, without even knowing what are the difficulties, obstacles, ups and downs. They simply blindly, in complete faith, follow their parents, and it is very easy. And it was so for last 9 years. Come 10th year, in the midst of a dense, deep forest, you don't see where your father is, you don't see where mother is, you are just standing all alone. Crying out, Father, are you here? Mother, are you here? And you can only listen to them. Yes, we are here. Keep walking. Don't look back. Keep walking. But I'm afraid, I'm worried, I'm anxious. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right things? Am I thinking in the right way? I'm used to walking behind you. I'm used to walking with you, holding your hand. And now I'm alone. I stand all by myself. Am I right? Am I correct? These questions started clouding my being. And I can only hear a distant reply. Keep walking, keep walking. I kept walking. In a way, the COVID time was an eye opener for everyone, including myself. It opened the inner eye. It opened the eye that showed me the real truth, that you can't walk behind anybody anymore. You must walk. You must walk nevertheless, even if you are alone. And that father figure, that guardian angel, that guru, the master, was nowhere to be seen as he was for so many years before. And in the midst of, as I said, I felt in the midst of darkness and gloomy forest, especially when it was COVID time and things were all falling apart. You're all by yourself standing. But then the words ring in my ear, keep walking, keep walking. You're on the right path, keep walking. Be selfless, be fearless, keep walking. And walking is what I did. And when I walked, hundreds and thousands walked with me. That is how we are here where we are. When a disciple is ready, the Guru appears. When a disciple is really ready, the Guru disappears. Guru appeared when there was readiness to listen, to follow. Guru disappeared when he thought it was enough. In chemistry, there is a term called catalysts. Have you heard about that? Because I have studied chemistry. This catalyst appears in the reaction at the right time, in the right proportions, to increase the rate of reaction or to enable the reaction, to make the products happen. And then, when the reaction is over and the products are formed, the catalyst disappears. In the sense, its role is over. A guru is like a catalyst. He comes to you at the right time to make sure you do what you are got to do. And once he knows that you are capable of doing it, disappears. So now many of you might wonder, so where is our Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba? You told he was in Stula Sharira, then you said he was in Sukshma Sharira. Now which Sharira? He is in all. This is what I have found out. We confined him to a name and form, just like our parents. That one day we will lose, all of us will lose our parents. We can't walk all the time holding their fingers. We will lose, we will learn to walk ourselves. And that is the role he played. From being a mother, father, brother, sister, friend, confidant, and more importantly, a guru, he became one with everyone. And therefore, the responsibility, the onus of walking was no more his. He was not to prod, to push, to cajole, even to sometimes threaten to walk. He was just not there. He simply said, walk. Keep walking on this path. This is what it is. To be very truthful, I fell in love with Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba not because I knew he was God. I had no experience of His divine miracles. I'd heard as a boy, but I did not know. But when the first time I reached Puttaparthi from the Anantapur Dharmavaram station, in a bus as we were crossing, somebody who was with me, an elderly person who was my guardian then, he showed the hospital at Puttaparthi, the super specialty hospital, and he said, you know, Baba built this for the poor. They don't even charge a rupee to the patients. I instantly fell in love with Baba. He is different. He is not a guru who sits on a high pedestal and keeps giving lectures after lectures. He is not a spiritual luminary who goes around the world attending workshops, conferences, inaugurating and closing various meetings and events. He is much more than that. He is a practical guru. Why should he build a hospital being a spiritual person? He can mind himself like most of the Matadipatis do to his business of teaching and preaching. No, he worked for people. And that actually made me fall in love with Swami. That made me feel so much of closeness to him. And I think there the story began. After that, of course, the physical darshan, and you know what happens then. You lose yourself. Even today, I am Satya Bodhaka, as I said. I am the speaker of truth. I am the teacher of truth. I cannot lie. And I must tell you the truth. When I walk amidst you, I simply walk as the representation of divinity, not representation of any particular form of divinity. I walk with you, I walk amidst you, because that is what divine wills. A minute before, I do not know. A minute after, I have no memory. I simply follow what has been asked of me by the divinity. And I now understand who my master is, master was, and master will be. Why this theme was picked up today? When somebody said, give a message for the new year, I could have continued, be good, see good, do good, be truthful, be service-minded, be sacrificing, love each other, serve each other. It can go on like that. This we have heard year after year, every new year. And we have, of course, put efforts to practice it. But today I want to tell you that you and I are not different in this mission of Sai. Just because I speak from this side and you hear from the other side, that does not make us separate from each other. That does not make me higher, you lower. That does not make any difference. It's a role that is meant to be. And everyone is cast in a role, and everyone has to play their roles. And everybody is doing so to the best of their capability. But what I mean by Sai mission is my mission is because till we think we are working for someone, we will never work enough. We will never work with all ourselves. We will never work with that complete investment of our time, energy, our thoughts and emotions. We will hold something for ourselves back. While we work for somebody, there is you and there is somebody. But when you work for your own self, there is only you. And you are complete. Every cell of yours is involved, is invested in that work. And this is what I was told when I was standing, as I said, in the dark forest of loneliness, looking around for help, looking around for guidance, looking to hold another finger and walk further. This is what I was told. This is your mission. Work for it. To do good to the world is everyone's mission. That's what we are born to do. In that good, everything else happens. Good happens to us also. In the welfare of the world, our welfare is looked after. There is no separate effort. But those who put efforts to look after themselves and then look after the world, they're doing it wrong. This is what I learned. Do good to everybody, your good is looked after. It's taken care of. So I asked again and again, today, I am here in a form, in a name, and whichever way you relate to me, it's fine. If tomorrow I am not there in this place, because of time, because of situations, what are you all going to do? Look for another subtle body, another form, another name to cling on to derive solace and comfort, courage and confidence? Or would you learn how to fly and walk all by yourself? And I thought I would be doing great disservice if I make everybody dependent on another name and form. I would not have achieved what I had set out to. Therefore, it is important for me to convey that each one must walk on their own 2 feet. You are capable. You are God. You are divine as you are. Ashtavakra says, Muktabhimani muktohi, baddhohi baddhamanyapi. Kivadanti hi satyayam yamatir sagatir bhavet. Those who think they are free now and here. Those who think they are bound forever. Whatever you think, that is what you are, that is what you become. This is truth, says Ashtavakra. You are free as you are. Then why do you not feel free? Because you don't believe. You don't believe that you are free. You're afraid that you are not free, and you depend on things to feel comfortable. So the day you ask yourself, the pen that I have in my pocket, whether I have it in my pocket or if it's given away to somebody, it won't make a difference to me. That is the day you are free. You may have as many clothes in your cupboard, like me. Devotees keep giving clothes after clothes. I don't think I will have enough of my lifetime to wear all of them. It keeps coming. The day I gave up the idea of holding anything for myself, that is the day I became free. And that day onward, there was no fear, there was no selfishness, there was only abundance. And what I want to convey on this new year by this is, if you want to work for Sai, you have to work as Sai. Anything less than that would not be a good contribution to Sai's work. And Sai is selflessness personified. Nothing more, nothing less. Selflessness personified. Not an iota of selfishness. Completely selfless. The moment you worry about your watches and phones and homes and families, and that is what holds you back from doing good, you're not free. It does not mean everybody abandons everything and says, now I'm free. Even then you may not be free because you will be thinking, I am abandoning everything. The day it doesn't matter whether it is there or not there, that is the day we are free. There is no effort to get rid of it. There is no effort to gain and hold. Both don't exist in that space. That is when we are free. Till then we are bound. Knowingly, unknowingly, we are all bound. We are all dependent. Till then this work has not happened. So while the service activities will go on, more people will come, more things will happen, and that is under a great divine will it is going on. It's not my will, your will, or anybody's will. We may like to attribute it to somebody, some person, some name or form. That's up to us. But the truth is there is one Brahman, that is will. And that Brahman works with those who are pure, selfless, whose only motto in life is to do good to others. And they are not worried about themselves. They are only concerned about others. To them, that divinity comes on its own, looking for it, and embraces them transforms them into divine, and achieves great things. And this is the physical, earthly, as I said, example. Most of the time we shake our heads and disbelieve that no, this is not my cup of tea. That is a decent Rama. Sri Rama came down, Sri Krishna was an avatar. So is Satya Sai Baba. It's not my work. That's not meant for me. I'm here to come have darshan and feel good about it and then go back and do what I got to do as a bound human being. That thought has to be discarded. As I am now and here, I am divine. I must live in accordance with that. And if there is a trace, even a little bit of selfishness, there will be fear. And where there is fear, there cannot be God there. Because God is Abhaya. Abhayasya pare, it says. And beyond fear and not being afraid, He is even beyond that duality, they say. If there is fear, there is selfishness. If there is selfishness, there cannot be God. At least not in all His glory. So Sai mission is about you being that God that you are meant to be. And in that God, all the good will happen. The only time good does not happen is when we don't behave like God. Otherwise, good will happen as much as required. So this is the essence of this year's message. This year, let us strive to be God so that good can happen through us. And all of it, not just a part of it. All of it can happen through us, through each one of us. And that is the message I appeal to every child who is sitting here, every devotee, every follower, everybody who is associated in some way or the other, directly or indirectly, to please sit and contemplate on what you have heard just now. And if need be, listen to it again and again and again, because again and again we won't get opportunity to say or listen to what I said just now. It was meant to be for today and now, and therefore it happened this way. But do pay serious attention, do contemplate about what is being said. Because a day will come when I won't be there. And I have no problem with that. But some of you might have. And I don't want anybody to have any problem, whether I am here as this form and name or I am not there tomorrow. I do not want anybody to depend on this form and name. You enjoy the presence of this divinity, you do what is required as it is meant to be, but deep within, you must learn to stand on your own. You must spread your wings and take to your own flight. Your path is your own. Your destiny is your own. It can't be copied, it cannot be imitated. It is your own. So this year is all about being you as your true self, you being your true divinity, which is God, and let tremendous good happen through each one of us. And keep checking again and again. All that you have, all that you think you have, does it matter or does it not matter to you? If it does not matter, whether it is there or it is not there, you are on the path. Also, I will put a word to the alumni fraternity. There are people who built an app. It was my vision for 4-5 years. Somehow it kept on going back and forth. But all those who have tasted the nectar of Sai's love, they have a responsibility. They have a great work to do, and hope everybody will connect and do what is needed to be done and fulfill one's destiny in this mission of Sai, which is everyone's mission. So to everyone, wishing you a very happy New Year. The Happy New Year in terms of you being happy and making everybody happy around you, not just on this day, but all through the year, by your thoughts, words, and deeds, and conveying love and blessings to everyone. I conclude.